Welcome back to the Ballin Sisters, and I am back again, and today we have our Champions League review. So there are plenty of matches which are happening on Tuesday as well as Wednesday. So let's get straight into it. So the first game which I am talking about is Real Madrid versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Real Madrid has not lost, I think so, in the last five group stages which they have played. They've scored 17 goals and conceded only once. And there's been no other team. They've met Shakhtar about 5 times. They only lost. Last time Shakhtar beat Real Madrid was in the 2021-22 season of the UEFA Champions League. Currently, Real Madrid is at the top of the table with 6 points. Shakhtar is following second with 4 points, with Celtic as well as Leipzig at the bottom 2 of the table, and Celtic still qualifying for the Europa League spot. It's still early days. This is going to be halfway stage for the Champions League, and till before the World Cup begins, we'll have the whole group stage done and dusted. So this is one of the games in Group F which is not going to be that critical. I think so. It is going to be very close by. If, for example, if Celtic wins, they go on top. I think so. They'll be still tied with points, but then the goal difference is always going to be for Celtic. Shakhtar is still higher. Other than that, I feel that this game is going to be an easy run through for Real Madrid to go and finish their job which they're out there to do. There might be a lot of changes which might happen to Real Madrid because they know they're sitting at the top of the table. They don't have to worry about it. So that way, there's a high percentage, about 70-80%, that Real Madrid will go through in this game. Moving from this Real Madrid versus Shakhtar, which is happening at Santiago Bernabeu, let's go to Inter. One of the biggest games which is happening in San Siro is Inter Milan versus Barcelona. The group is the group of death, pretty okayly poised, because the second and the third spot is all to play for, and game week number matchday 3 and matchday 4 is between Inter and Barcelona and Inter, vice versa. So whoever takes the cake is going to be on the top of the table. So these two games are going to be very, very important for both these teams. If they draw, then it's going to come down to who beats Plazen at a higher rate, because I don't see them beating Bayern Munich at all. So there is a huge chance that Barcelona might beat Inter Milan with the kind of performances which is happening. Excuse me. So on that note, I really feel that it is going to be a very, very close game of a Group C. And obviously the next game in Group C is between Bayern versus Victoria Plazen, which should be a easy sail through for Bayern Munich. 6 points. They've got a higher goal difference of 4. They've not conceded till now, whereas Barcelona and Inter are on 2+2 and 0 goal difference. So there is a lot of things to be looked at in this group and very closely to be monitored in this Group C, which is the group of death. Moving on to the next group of Group A for me, where it's a big game for Liverpool because they are sitting not at a very pretty stage with 3 points. Napoli's at 6 and Ajax are sitting at 3. So, and Ajax and Napoli are playing also. So whoever wins that it is going to be even Stevens. But Liverpool playing Rangers and coming out from a Premier League draw against Brighton, yes, they started scoring, but then I think it should be an easier day for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp as to how they perform. I will still say there's a huge possibility of Liverpool winning, but on the basis of their current record, I don't know what will they do on their day. They might draw also, they might lose also, but then currently at this lineup against Rangers, I feel that Liverpool is going to be a comfortable winners. Say about 80% chance of them winning this game for sure. Next game, like I said, is a big game in Amsterdam Arena, which is between Ajax and Napoli. Napoli sitting at the top of the table and Ajax on the Europa League spot, tied with Liverpool at 3 points each. So it is a lot of a lot of eyeballs are going to be rolling, and especially a lot of Liverpool fans would be wanting to know what is going to be the result for this game, because Napoli, if they lose or draw, it obviously opens the door for Liverpool in the next game week, because they are again playing Rangers, but that time is going to be away. So this time around, I feel that Amsterdam Arena, even if Ajax sneak through, the next game in Napoli is going to be very, very difficult because of the fans and everybody over there. So the two games in match day 3 and match day 4 are going to be very critical for Ajax, Napoli as well, Ajax and Liverpool especially, because if anything goes up and down, either one of the teams is going to be who's at the top will get knocked down to the Europa League spot or maybe the number 2 spot. Right now, Napoli seems pretty comfortable in the position where they are in. Moving from Ajax versus Ajax Liverpool group. Let's come Ajax and Napoli, Liverpool and Rangers group. Let's come to the next group where Chelsea is playing the big dog, the second big game for this week, and that is between Chelsea and AC Milan. It is a homecoming for Tomori. It is a big game for Chelsea because right now, currently in the position, 2 games, 1 loss, 1 draw, and they are at 1 point, whereas Salzburg is at 2, Zagreb is at 3, and AC Milan is sitting at the top of the table with 4 points. It's a pretty open group. If Chelsea manages to beat AC Milan today, they are back in the hunt for the qualification of the Champions League, and I expect them to go through because the next game between Zagreb and Salzburg is going to be pretty even. Stevens, there's going to be very little nitty-gritties which anybody can take out from that game. So right now, I feel that Chelsea has an upper hand with the kind of performance they've given this week. And this is for the first time since 1999-2000 that Chelsea is now facing AC Milan. They have not faced them, and the last time when they faced, both the legs were a draw. It was a goalless draw at Stamford Bridge, both of them, and since then it has been a very. I feel that the performance which Chelsea is starting to put across in the Champions League with Potter. First game was a draw, then they sneaked a win last week in the Premier League. Now playing AC Milan, a pretty high tempo game. Whatever happens on match day 3 for Chelsea and match day 3 and match day 4 against AC Milan will surely define this group of Group E in the Champions League, especially for the movement forward in the round of 16 as well as maybe further on. If they win the group, then they might get a slightly easier draw when it comes down to be the round of 16. Moving from Chelsea and AC Milan, let's go to Benfica and PSG. It is a very big surprise over here in this group, in Group H, that Juventus has played 2 games, they've lost 2. They are playing Maccabi Haifa, which should be an easy peasy game and getting them the first points on the board. But then the 2 big names are fighting for the top honours, and I feel it's between Benfica and PSG, and it is happening in the Estadio da Luz. So who's going to be coming out top? Both the teams at 6 points. The goal difference is at 3. There's no difference in between each other, both of them. Right now, this fight is going to be for the top honours, and we all know, we feel that Benfica is a big team killer. They will come out with all guns blazing, and you don't know what is going to be coming out. But PSG, the team they should be surely expecting something new coming out from this game. So hopefully they should be coming out on top easily. But if Benfica makes a meal out of this match, then it's not going to be an easy game, at least in match day 3, because later on they will be going to PSG in Paris and facing the next game in match day 4 as well. And moving from PSG and Benfica, let's come on to Group B, where it is Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid. Another surprise, a big surprise for me, is where Atletico Madrid sitting on 3rd spot, where they've got just 3 points. We've got Leverkusen sitting above them, which is of 3 points. They've lost badly last weekend against Bayern Munich. But the surprise of the group, which I didn't expect, was Club Brugge with 6 points. They're at the top of the table. So I really don't know what is going to be happening. Club Brugge are at the top of the table. They've got a good goal difference. They're sitting at top. They're performing well. So overall, it is going to be a very tough game for Atletico Madrid to get through. If Club Brugge manages to beat Atletico Madrid, it surely, and Leverkusen wins, it should surely bring down the curtains for Atletico Madrid, and they should be going into the Europa spot. Other than that, I don't see it is a must-win game for Atletico Madrid for sure against Club Brugge to stay in the competition and to stay in the hunt of this group. If they don't do it, they are okay, see you, tata, bye-bye is what I am looking at for them. And the last game which I really want to talk about is between Sporting is Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspurs. This is in the Deutsche Bank Park, which is for Eintracht Frankfurt. Right now, it is between Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspurs, 3 points each from 2 games, and top of the table is Sporting Lisbon. So whatever happens in this game is going to surely decide the number 2 spot, or somebody who's going to be managing or fighting for the top honours. So there is a lot to be looking at this game also in matchday 3 and matchday 4, because both teams are going to be playing home and away, one in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and today or tomorrow in the Deutsche Bank Park as well. But if we look at it in general, all the groups are more or less pretty open. One win here and one loss there. If you're sitting at the top of the table, your position is going to be very vulnerable. But if you win this game, you are sure shot making it. You are more or less there at the finishing line in the group stages. So there is a lot to think about as to what may happen in this in the Champions League. A lot to talk about, a lot to look at actually, a lot to look at. You got it is for sure it's going to be not going to be easy games. Everybody wants to fight for the top honours, and obviously money factor does come in. If you go out in the 4th position, then you don't get anything apart from you're just trying to hold your dignity intact when you go into your when you go back to your domestic leagues. But then if you go through to the Europa, again losing out in the group stages is not something which is going to be very helpful for any team, because the purses go down, the transfers, a lot of things are dependent on that. So overall, if I look at it, this Champions League is going to be pretty open, and have to see how do teams start to perform, because there's going to be back-to-back game weeks of Champions League as well as the Premier League cramped in. So there's no holding back. We might see a lot of surprises coming in for this season of the Champions League as well. So on that note, thank you very much for joining in. Do like, share, subscribe, enable those notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Adios, guys.